wait! Before you throw out all your funky gear, watch this video.
Oh, hey guys. I'm gonna show you how to clean your gi top and your pants. So, number one, you don't wanna dry this sucker, or you're gonna end up with some clothes that might mismatch your size. So the whole idea is that make sure when you go to wash your uniform, it's 100% cotton, that you wash it cold, chuck it in the wash, kind of like that. And then make sure you put a safe detergent in there that isn't going to irritate your eyes or irritate your opponent's eyes or anything like that. We usually put a little bit of tea tree oil in there as well. Now there are about a Brazilian different types of pants. Some pants have webbing, so make sure that that's clipped and that that's pulled nice and tight so that it doesn't unravel in the wash. These aren't so bad if they do, because it's pretty easy to put them back in the pants. But the style with the loops in them, or with the string like this, you always want to make sure that you pull that tight and at least put a small loop in there that's easy to pull out once it's done, because if that comes out of some of those pants, you're going to sit there for 3 hours and a safety pin trying to shift it through to get it back so you can close the thing anymore. Other than that, don't stink. Train regularly. Action.
Why, hello there. These spats and rash guards are disgusting. They need to be washed. In order to do so, we shall put them in a pillowcase to prevent pilling up, and also that helps keep them in pristine condition. If that doesn't work, we can always soak them in some vinegar before washing. This can help get disgusting smells out of them. If that still doesn't work, make a volcano and add some baking soda. If that doesn't work, I don't know what will.
Hey guys, regardless of what your mom told you, you suck at jiu-jitsu, so don't think that your mojo comes from your belt. Wash the dang thing. Here's a couple of tips. If your belt is filthy, which it is every class, so you should wash it every class, fold it in half once, twice, and then put a simple square knot in that thing. You can chuck that sucker in the wash, and now it's not going to get all coiled up inside everything else and tied up. So keep that belt clean and keep your jiu-jitsu clean.
So, after you get all your funky gear clean, don't forget to clean your funky bag, because otherwise, cleaning your gear didn't do you a whole lot of good. A lot of bags have a lot of zipper compartments and can't actually be washed themselves, but what you can do is you can spray them down with some vinegar and water, give them a good wipe with a rag. That'll help to keep your bag from getting your clean gear funky again.
Look guys, if you're like me, you have so many hand wraps that it's just cheaper sometimes to just buy a new pair every time you train. No, in all seriousness, this is what's absorbing all the sweat in your hands when you're doing your striking training, and they get disgusting. And every time I see people kind of bunch them up like this and chuck them into their bag, I just want to strangle them gently. So the point that I'm trying to get at here is when you're done with your wraps, let them air out for a little bit. Take 10 minutes while you're getting changed or whatever. Leave these hanging over a door, over your locker, something. At that point, it's easiest to wrap them up at that point there to keep them nice and flat and straight, and then you can wash them. Here's how I wash mine. If they get really, really funky, you can take them apart when they're like this and pre-soak them in a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of tea tree oil. You can take them out of there and then let them hang dry, or you can throw them in a bra bag or a pillowcase and wash them as well. Leaving them wrapped up like this, you can throw them straight into the washer and hopefully they don't come apart. And you can do kind of an okay job, but when they get really funky, it's best to pre-soak them and chuck them into a pillowcase or a bra bag. As soon as they're done, you can go super hardcore and drag them the flat way through on an ironing board, and they'll get supremely straight like that, and the iron will kill any extra bacteria. But make sure you wrap them up properly once they're dry, and then you won't have your wraps with a bunch of folded edges and junk like that in them. So, or you can be rich and just use gauze and tape every time.
Alright guys, so as we all know, gloves can get pretty stinky and no one likes that. So what we can do is you can take a vinegar spray and spritz the insides and the outsides, and then just take a cloth and wipe down the outside. After that, let it air dry and you should be good to go. If you want to be more high tech, you can get a special cleaner just for the inside of your glove. Then once again, let it air dry and you're all good to go.
Oh hi, I've had some people ask recently how to clean the shin pads. So, if you have these shin pads, they can go ahead and go in the washer. You can soak them with some vinegar and water if you need to. Sometimes you need to. These guys can't be washed. So what we like to do is to Velcro them in the front. You're gonna wipe down the front with some vinegar and water, and then you're gonna spray the back and leave it somewhere where there's some airflow so that it can dry nicely.
All right, guys. So, how to clean your Thai pads? Well, number one, bleach kills COVID the fastest. So, using some kind of a cleaner that has a little bit of bleach in it is really, really good to actually sanitize the pads. Problem with that is that it's going to take out all of the moisture that the leather naturally has. So, if you do clean with bleach every once in a while, you should cover this with a good leather conditioner, something that has some beeswax in it, and then they won't dry out and crack and split all apart. So make sure you take good care of your Thai pads and they'll take care of you. Same kind of goes for our focus mitts. Like our gloves, we want to make sure that we wipe down the outside, but also spray something on the inside as well. Then you can kind of leave them open a little bit. In some places it has a little bit of air circulation so that they dry out. And then you don't get nail fungus on your hands. If you have a little bit of slice or cuticle cut or something like that, all those bacteria get in there. It's your fault because you didn't scrub this out.
Why, hello there! So, on the topic of mouth guards, we all need them, we all use them. It's very important to keep our teeth and our brains intact. So, first things first, to clean your mouth guard, you should brush it out with your toothbrush. You can also rinse it with some mouthwash, and after training, you should at the very least rinse it out with some water just to make sure you keep all that funk away. Also, before you close your mouth guard into its nice little case, make sure both the mouth guard and the case are nice and dry.
Look, guys, there comes a time when your equipment just gets nasty and it's time to throw it out. Even if it's not ripped apart or whatever, it's disgusting, and smell usually means bacteria. So long and short of it is that if it gets past a certain point, throw it out, get new stuff. The other side of that coin is, like we've said in other videos, it's really important to pre-soak these things. That really gets rid of a lot of bacteria and a lot of that stink. Washing regularly is super important, but probably the main tip that I could give you guys to keeping your equipment non-stinky is make sure that you don't shove this in your bag soaking wet and then it sits all night before you end up washing it. That just breeds bacteria, hence stink and infection potentials.
After that, you can
Oh hi, we're just something.
That was fantastic. We need that in our life so bad. Okay.
or messed up, because it's kind of important.
Jen had to walk away.
I love doing it. I just love it.
It's so much better in one take though. Throw the glove at me.